Always comes to moments like this when it's like speak about non-duality and the mind just goes, what could be said? Also, it just says what could be said. I don't even know how to talk about this. Everything I say fails. Everything, even if I were to say there's nobody speaking, or who's there to know how to talk about this, or it's coming from nothing or emptiness. It really fails it. How can I possibly put into words this, what is? Or how can I possibly talk about non-separation, not two-ness? It's like a dance, a poetic dance, because you're using words that are in opposite to try and point to something that's not opposite. So basically, just wrapped up in a short version, the human suffers because it looks for something else than this. But all it's ever been taught is to seek for something else than this. So it looks in thoughts, in mind activity, in objects to try and find something else than this. And that's what society and other humans have taught it. And so it lives in this mental reality of me looking for something better. Where originally, before the concepts and the ideas started, there was just aliveness, just beingness. There was everything and nothing. And it didn't belong to anyone. And there wasn't anyone there that realized they didn't have enough and had to find more. But then as the human mind or the human intellect increases, an energetic sense comes of this is me and I'm incomplete and I need to find something else. I don't know why that sensation of feeling not enough comes. It could be a conditioned thing that happens in society. It could just be something that happens in the human. I don't know why. Ultimately, the real answer is for nothing. It comes because of nothing. In the made-up world of humans, we could try and give it a story. But this imagining appears, and then it's always imagining something better than this, and that's so obvious that will happen. It imagines something better than this, because the human has this creative mind that can think and perceive. It thinks, okay, I'm this body, that makes sense, I'm this body, it always seems to move around with me, I am this body, I'm limited to this body, and I need to improve my environment. My mission is to improve my environment, to look for food and shelter and water and a lover and to reproduce and to make it as good as possible. And it gets so insane in the human world. It gets, I've got to make it better than my neighbour. I've got to make it better than people I don't even know, and I've got to show people that I'm better. Even in enlightenment, I've got to show people I'm enlightened. I've got to show people I'm better than them. I've got to be all these things. And the focus stays on this mind activity. Just like it's just a functioning that happens. So in the animal kingdom, if a dog is, living in a field with lots of rabbits, it will become really good at hunting rabbits and really effective at chasing rabbits. And if you suddenly got it chasing kangaroos, it wouldn't be as effective as it is in rabbits. And that's exactly what happens in this me energy. It just becomes focused completely in this mental reality in time. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And it's always agitated in a way. It's always got to be moving and got to be looking for something better than this. Better, 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 better. But I can't prove this to you. And while that personal energy's there, it's going to seem like that's the truth. Even enlightenment would be better than this. And the freedom is in the future. Future, future, future. And while that personal energy's there, it veils this love and this freedom that's right now. The beingness, the freedom of what's appearing. And it makes it feel not good enough and uncomfortable. And feel incredibly uncomfortable. You can't ever find the discomfort. It seems to be in the body, but you can never find it. It's not like the body. It's this invisible thing that seems to be happening of discomfort and thoughts of why you're discomfort, whose fault it is. It's my fault, it's his fault. It's because I haven't got a lover. It's because my mother's an asshole. It's because my boyfriend didn't do the washing up. It's because Lisa takes so fucking long to get going on Ustream, and I've only got a certain amount of hours, and I need to go to sleep by 9 o'clock. And this mental reality seems like it's a truth, and it just gets stronger and stronger and stronger, just like the dog in a field of rabbits. It gets better and better at hunting the rabbits. The same with the human, this me energy of me, my life, and the world out there, and my search for betterhood begins. Gets stronger and stronger, until it gets to a point where it's completely living in this mental reality, which is an energetic thing of feeling inside this body. And all it's about is getting. The body naturally moves towards pleasure. The body is designed to move towards pleasure, so it's not designed to sit in the freezing cold if inside the house there's a fire. It's designed to move towards pleasure. But that's just how the body's working. It's not a truth. The person's taken that movement towards pleasure as an absolute truth. This movement towards pleasure is it. This movement towards pleasure is my happiness. It's just the way the body functions. The body has nice clothes or nice environment, nice drink, nice food. It doesn't pick dog turd to live in and to eat. The human becomes so complicated of all these things it's got to do to find it. And the idea of not having all these things to do is really scary. The idea of endless time without any passion or without any drive to get things is scary. That's depression. That's what society tells us is depression, not having passion. Happiness is excitement, is getting things, is doing things, is having drive. It's not just being. Just being is depression, is bad. Not feeling the need to tell people hundreds of stories or to please other people or to be really exciting or to be really chatty is depression. That's bad. Happiness is excitement and vitality and laughter and loads of chatting and high life and doing things. There's all these ideas, these expectations. And then it can come scary, beginning to question that passion, beginning to question that drive for the future. Because that's what you've been told happiness is, freedom is, security is. Even in these talks, the mind most probably thinks that freedom's in the future. It doesn't understand that it will lose everything and then it will just be being again, just life appearing. And the body naturally moves towards pleasure and away from pain. It's just being. It's just life appearing. There's not the idea of what it should be. It is as it is. Life is just let to be as it is. Not by someone, just the absence of somebody trying to resist it and make it something anymore. What could be better? You think you know what's better than this? In a way, what arrogance to think you know what's better than this. You think you know what good and bad is. We go into, Western societies go into third world countries to help them, and Western societies have the highest rate of depression. We go to sell consumerism and to sell the right for passion, and yet we have the highest rate of depression. No, I think I might have got tangled in the words then. Sometimes my mind doesn't work so well anymore. Easy oozy. She's gonna crash in a minute. Easy oozy. Easy oozy. Easy oozy. Quick fix of the cutie. Hooty hooty. Hooty hooty. Cutie hooty. She's off. So the mind's like, okay, all right, Lisa, what you say sounds rational. Now, how do I get there? That's just the same movement it's been your whole life. How do I get there? What do I do to get this? How do I buy it? What effort do I have to put to get this, to end the suffering? What effort do I have to put? You don't even know who you are, let alone the efforts you have to put. You don't even know how the body moves. You don't know how it sees or hears. Scientists explain you feeble ideas to explain it. You don't know how speaking happens. Well, I squeeze my voice box. You don't know how thinking happens. You don't know how digestion happens. You don't know how or where any of it's coming from. Yet you sit there and ask, how do I get there, Lisa? How do I do this? You don't know how the trees blow in the wind, or where the wind comes from, or where the light comes from. So what is it that I'm suggesting you get to? It's not you that gets there, but just what happens is there's a collapse, and then there's just being, but being that's innocent. And then the intellect appears when it needs to appear, which is not that often. And it's not something that the world's seen through anymore, it's just as it is. But all I talk about the intellect and mind and thoughts, it's all this energy thing though. It's like a energetic contraction. It's not just ideas and thoughts, it's lame in a way, me always picking up on ideas and thoughts and stories, because why it's lame is because it makes it more explainable for you guys to understand. It's a bit lame me keep harping on like that. Mostly it's this energetic contraction, inside outside. Even saying that's lame. I'm putting it into words and then you think you've understood something. But this is most probably too stark for the majority of you, too naked. I mean, maybe not, there's only 80 people that are here, maybe you guys are okay with this language, but for a lot of people this is so naked, it is just too scary or annoying or impossible to understand. This isn't about you doing it, but you've never been doing it. That's your lie.